Hey, welcome to Honest Trailer Commentaries, the show where we talk about the other show you hopefully just watched this week, Bad Boys. You stick around and get some deleted scenes at the end, tease next week's Honest Trailer, respond to comments from viewers like yourselves, and I got some of the baddest boys in the business with me. Oh boy, it's bad boy Dan Murrell.
Oh, shiz just got real.
Yeah, the baddest boy of all, Danielle Radford.
I'm so bad. I took an extra cookie when we did the, and then I put it back.
Oh.
I didn't like.
Pretty bad.
But I touched it.
And he ain't going nowhere. He can't be stopped now because it's Lon Harris for life.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We start the show with Bad Boys. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I recommend everyone rewatch that video to get you in the right headspace. Ben Stiller's in it. Puffy moves in. Ooh, there goes the neighborhood. There it goes.
Party's
Anyways,
so lit, and Stiller's not invited.
Bad Boys 1 and 2. Some fun films. I think I remembered them more fondly than it was to revisit them. I like them both for different reasons. I think Bad Boys 1 is like a decent enough buddy cop movie, and Bad Boy 2 is like a sweaty fever dream. Like a Michael Bay coke rush.
I had actually never seen Bad Boys 2 until we were doing this trailer.
Yeah.
I'd seen Bad Boys 1 somewhat recently compared to when it came out. But Bad Boys 2, I realized the Bayvolution chart, like this was the exact middle where the Michael Bay we know is not yet standing upright, but he's also not quite the young filmmaker that did, The Rock. I think this is the exact middle point between promising action director Michael Bay, who sometimes gives into his worst instincts, and the Michael Bay that made Transformers The Last Night. And
Bad Boys 2 is just missing Will and Martin Lawrence turning into robots.
Yes.
That's the only difference.
It's the exact middle ground.
They're so different. That's what's weird about it. It's weird to see two movies sequel from the same director, and tonally, aesthetically, everything about them is so different from 1 to 2. It really changed the whole thing up.
And characters act completely different. Like in the first one, the Joey Pants, the commissioner, he's way more like by the book, by the business, like things have to get done right now. And then the sequel, he becomes just straight up comic relief for most of it.
Well,
with all of his
Bad Boys 1 when he's shooting hoops.
That is a really fun. Yeah, that's a fair point. But mostly he does play like I'm gruff, and then occasionally I'll say something. And this one he's always like, whoa, they're gonna put a trumpet up my butt, and songs will come out. That's how far up my butt they are. A lot of butt stuff.
Any kind of consistency, a lot of butt stuff. Any kind of consistency to Michael Bay characters is a losing battle, because even at the end of Bad Boys 2, after he's been this ridiculous butt trumpet guy, he's like, I got friends in the CIA, don't ask any questions. And then he becomes military, here comes Delta Squad, come out. He's Peter Griffin.
Hey Lois, we're gonna invade Cuba.
It's like two-thirds is a cop thriller action comedy in Miami, and then the last third is just a war movie where we invade Cuba.
No, it's much like Top Gun. The next step in this movie is we are at war.
Yes,
because they invade Cuba, kill Cuban military personnel,
drive SUVs over a Cuban village. Essentially, they're driving on top of where these people live
to the doors of Guantanamo Bay,
literal doors.
where U.S. military hardware is used to further murder. We're at war,
right?
At the end of this film,
they took his sister. They took his sister. Have you no pride in your country?
All rollicking adventures eventually end up at Guantanamo Bay. That's what we learned from Harold and Kumar and Bad Boys.
We'll speak more on Guantanamo Bay as we watch the honest trailer for Bad Boys 1 and 2.
Before you see big star turned dad vlogger Will Smith.
Everybody stand in frame, stand in frame. Stand in frame. Well, just stand in frame.
Reunite with
Danielle, you introduced me to Will Smith, the dad vlogger. I don't know how it makes me feel, because on one hand, it's like, oh, Willow and Jaden, they seem pretty normal, down-to-earth teenagers, which conversely makes me more annoyed by their public persona,
Right.
which is like, I'm from space. I'm seeing with my ninth eye.
Yeah, because when they're just hanging out, they're just like annoyed kids who are like, oh, Dad made us put on matching jammies again, and like him having debates with Willow about baby, it's cold outside, and like all just normal kid stuff. And then suddenly they're like, pyramids, and like, have you heard of crystals and like all that other stuff?
Yeah. So I mixed feelings, but I do like I like this phase of Will Smith's career of like, I'm a goofy dad. I'm not so into. Didn't he do like stunts for his birthday?
He jumped off a bridge or something?
No,
right?
here's a Michael Bay thing. I believe that I'm correct in that he bungee jumped out of a helicopter into the Grand Canyon. I believe is what it was.
He's got to stop hanging out with Tom Cruise.
He really does.
I think that's a little like watching the Mission Impossible movies. You're like, hey, I'm a big action star too.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's Tom Cruise.
Did you do
Tom Cruise,
Rewind too? Like the most hated video ever?
Yeah, well, he introduced it because he kicked it off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, can't all be hits.
He's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Big YouTuber.
But hey, he's in Aladdin. So
it's Tim and Miranda sings.
I guess, but
us and
is it inspiring or sad that like Will Smith and Jack Black and like other celebrities who shouldn't be on YouTube have turned to YouTube?
Well, everybody wants to be everybody wants to be a game streamer, right?
Yeah.
I think if you're not trying to go career, YouTube can be fun. It's just the pressure of like having to make your living and do that. That's where I think it gets to be a drag.
Will Smith doesn't have to go to the suicide forest.
No one had to go there. That was not a forced error. Nobody pushed anyone into the suicide forest.
Gotta get the clicks.
Jack Black will be boxing KSI though next month. Stay tuned, everybody. It's gonna be good.
I got my money on Jack Black.
All right, let's keep going.
Big star turned big mama Martin Lawrence revisit Michael Bay's answer to the question: can you make 2 movies out of 1 reggae song chorus?
What you gonna do when we come for you? And next step back to Napper's next makes nose hey.
No. The Bad Boys. Bienvenidos a Miami, where the butt-filled days turn to butt-filled nights. And meet Mike and Marcus, 2 bad boy cops dressed like they're signed to Bad Boy Records. Marcus is a family man with a sad wiener.
Oh, that's right. You ain't getting none at home.
You ain't screwing nothing.
Teresa!
His wound is fine. It's other things that were affected. Oh.
Teresa! Still flaccid.
Well, Mike only became a cop.
Pause. You want to discuss it?
I just forgot. Like, I've seen both of these movies multiple times, but until we went through to do the Oddest Trailer, I forgot how focused the series was. Not just one film, not just a runner. Both films very focused on Martin Lawrence's sex.
As will the third movie. They put up a bunch of stuff on Twitter, and one of their main selling points in one of their clips was him again being like, I haven't had sex in years.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look up weird porn.
I mean, it's a more consistent runner than like anything else in the franchise at this point.
It's like, name 3 things about Will Smith. Oh, he's cocky. He's like a smart dresser. He's like
he's rich. He didn't have to be a cop.
We'll talk about that next.
Martin's got mopey dick.
I just imagine the pitch meeting where they're like, all right, describe these characters. Like, they're opposites, man. Like, one's like crazy by the book and the other one's a family man. And then one of the guys is super rich and the other one's like a suburban dad. And then like one guy's a womanizer and I guess the other guy's dick doesn't work. And then they're like, whoa, wait. They're like, no, they're opposites, man. You gotta be complete opposites.
This guy's tall, this guy's short.
Yeah, one's
don't
tall,
tell.
one's short. He gets laid all the time. He gets erectile dysfunction. Like, wait, stop. Whoa, hey, what? Like, just roll with it, man.
Yeah. Woo.
It is, when I say...
Does your dick work? Mine stop. Mine doesn't.
The focus on it is what I would say, it crosses the line into relentless.
Yeah.
It is relentlessly focused on Martin Lawrence's sexual health.
Well, it seems like they wound him in the second one solely to set up a protracted movie-long runner where his penis does not work.
And we saw,
until he takes ecstasy.
Until he takes ecstasy, right. No, those arcs are actually more fleshed out than anything else in the movie. Like, those storylines have an ABC. Like, they have a beginning, middle, and end.
I needed to pay off in the third one. I needed the third one at the end of it, whatever explodes happens.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to. I just want it to be implied.
Yeah, no,
like, maybe he takes his wife's hand and she's like, "Now it's time," or something like that.
No, I want Martin Lawrence to hang dong. I want it to be cross-cut. Will Smith is like murdering people, and Martin Lawrence is just making missionary position love to his wife.
A sky beam opens over Miami.
Will Smith is fighting aliens. It's like crosscut, like the end of The Godfather, like the baptism scene. Here's to hoping. Let's keep going.
The fact he's a serial killer?
I actually prefer shooting.
They're shooting them from 30 yards while they running away. No, that's not it. Point blank, up close and personal. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, run the print. Hey, Mike, stop playing, man.
These
I think pause on that one. Because they go into great lengths to talk about how Will is a trust fund kid. He doesn't have to do any of this. And he really loves killing people. And there's like a lot of really gruesome stuff where he's like just digging around in bodies and nothing he
loves the dead bodies part of it.
Mm-hmm. That's the weird thing is it's not only like he likes killing, like he's gung-ho. That's been in other cop movies, but he loves like gore and viscera. Like he loves disgusting his partner by forcing him to be around corpses. It's very strange. For a cop movie, it's very strange.
I did one of my pitches for that one was like he became a cop so he could hunt the world's most dangerous game. Man.
There's so much of him like this deep in a body that. Yeah. And what does Michael Bay have for corpses? I feel like there's a lot of corpse work.
There's a lot of corpse stuff in both movies. Yeah. And one of them is particularly egregious.
But they're mostly like for laughs.
Yeah.
Right. He finds gore and like viscera hilarious. Six Underground too, the Netflix one, oddly also has a fixation on like super gore but used as a joke, like as a punchline.
Yeah. Are you saying that corpses are the feet of Michael Bay movies?
Yes. Corpse. Six Underground, it's not so much corpses, it's like bodies being crushed during chases or whatever. There's a lot of like punchlines of like a head exploding or something. Yeah. It's like it's like weird.
All right. I like to see a Michael Bay horror movie. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. I've seen several that I would categorize as horror movies.
Pearl Harbor.
They were pretty frightening to me anyway.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Think for each other, but don't for a second think they'll do it in a gay way.
Well, I thought maybe there were pictures of your lover.
Of who?
You get it? Because they're not gay.
Yo, Mike, why don't you just give it a little kiss so it feel better?
Get it?
I really appreciate you. No, this is not gay.
Get it?
My ass still hurts from what you did to it the other night.
Get it?
A bunch of men hugging and kissing.
Fart joke.
Yeah.
Taco's gonna kill me.
Pause. Just this movie, we were talking about it. It's like it moves at such a breakneck ADHD pace that there's no time to do anything except for like the most base, obvious observation about whatever's on the screen at the time. Yeah. Like their two like Latin cop friends will walk in and they'll just be like, Latinos! They'll just like black. It's like
fried chicken burritos.
Yeah. And then like we're already on to the next scene.
You got 4 hours. Well, we gotta go.
It's like stereotype humor is just more efficient. Almost in some ways, it's just faster. So you can just use types to.
So it's like gay, fart, black, go. It's just like that's how he operates.
Yeah, it's like we got to do a 25-minute chase after this. I don't have time. You're fat. You're ugly. You're small. You're skinny. You're young. You're old. We're out.
It's like a Michael Scott roast. Boom, roasted.
It really is. Anyways, that's the type of humor. Let's keep going.
They'll be joined by their captain, a walking countdown clock.
We got 72 hours.
We got 4 days.
Deal goes down in 4 hours. That means you guys got 2 hours to find.
Plus, classic Michael Bay female characters like wife,
baby,
ballbuster.
I told you to play by the rules.
Secretary threatened with revenge porn.
They took some really horrible pictures of me.
Hot therapist who has sex with her patients. Favorite prostitute. Underage Megan Fox. And, big booby corpse.
What is up?
Ooh, these movies age like a Michael Vick jersey.
Pause.
Get ready.
I wonder what Big Booby Corpse was credited as. We should look that up.
Well, I'll almost promise you what she was credited as because she was referred to only in the movie as Bimbo.
Yep.
Yeah.
You always imagine when someone's like, Mom, I finally did it. I'm going to be in a big movie. What are you playing? That doesn't matter.
I'm playing a naked corpse named Bimbo.
The Human Centipede. Oh, what's it about? Well, I'm in the middle of 2 other
It's a
friends.
science movie.
We're very close to each other. My rent's paid, though, so you can
Compared to Dead Naked Bimbo, middle of Human Centipede is a juicy role.
You should get to emote. You really get to here in the middle. You really get the most emotion out of the entire centipede.
You've got the starring role. You're the centerpiece. The whole sequence.
It doesn't work without you.
Stop.
You have to show both emotions.
going.
For an adventure that thinks the only way to stop crime is way.
Besides, you know this is illegal.
I'm doing an illegal favor for you.
More.
That happens to be highly illegal.
Yeah, why is John Sally in this?
Crime.
Is this even legal? I don't think this is legal.
Got our way in.
Illegally?
You gotta put a word to it. It's like secret.
Illegal.
And these killer cops will use every Michael Bayism in the book to get it done. Like circle shots.
Just got real.
Sweat. Military worship.
Former Delta Intel and demo. Requesting
I know we already talked about the end of Bad Boys 2, but it's like his view of the world is so insane and like I would imagine demeaning to the military because these guys have no connection to Will and Martin at the end. No. But they come out of the woodwork to commit a war crime. They're like, I heard you were committing a war crime.
I've always wanted to shoot up Cuba.
Yeah, they hear him from like around the corner and down the hallway, and they're like, hey, just want to let you know, you're invading a foreign country. We're your team.
I've been wanting to kill Cubans for years.
So long. I just need the thinnest of excuses.
Yeah.
Some guy, detective's sister is in trouble somewhere. Let's bomb the hell out of them.
These guys are they're just deputizing two like local Miami cops, with them? Yeah.
We're both law enforcement.
There's like trained elite unit, like it's like SEAL Team 8 now. Like,
no, Lon, all cops are the troops. they're all Delta Force.
I don't think it works that way.
I mean, oh God, we've seen The Wire. We know what drug cops do. They listen to phone taps.
I missed that episode where McNulty joins the Army Rangers.
Just fires a bazooka. Anyway.
Omar's in Afghanistan. We gotta go.
If only. Okay, let's keep going.
Mission to tag along.
Racism.
From the Middle East. I killed before. I kill again.
F-bombs.
I don't know what the you're talking about.
Yes, you do know what the I'm talking about.
You and them and everybody.
Bombs.
I think there's one part where the guy flies toward the kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the part where they're driving over the entire village. There we go. No, this one's not this one. This one. Pause right there. So somebody, it's not in the.
There's Alan.
Perfect. Bravo. Nice pause.
Wow.
The shot right before that, somebody I mentioned was like, "You guys faked that one." No, that is actually
They're all real.
Four guys all just literally standing around staring at a landmine, and all four of them, just catapult back.
It's a little like Miami Vice action spectacular. Some of those shots where you could just see like the charges were planted just so to create this huge fireball.
I mean, they are just as they were exploding all of Cuba. It's just a car driving through the village. There's no reason why they'd all be on fire.
Right.
Let's keep.
I even remember at the end of Bad Boys 1, like the first time I saw like in theaters, it's like the explosion is like 8 times larger than it should. They're just in this like airplane hangar, and it's just like huge.
It's not a fuel storage bunker.
No, they're shooting ether. Remember, they had to use the ether to cut the heroin.
Right,
of course.
Like you do.
They were loading into a truck at a nightclub, like at a hot, sexy nightclub.
A truck full of ether.
Capel.
Oh boy. All right, let's finish up.
Ether truck.
And the assumption that you're a moron with the attention span of a 9-year-old.
Like I got an erection.
Fart joke.
You fart?
So strap in for the movies that made Will Smith into an action comedy superstar.
What are you, a cop or a model?
And made Martin Lawrence the guy stuck next to people trying to become action comedy superstars. That elevated 2 sitcom actors in a way that couldn't even be done today. Because who from TV could even do this now? Fleabag and Young Sheldon? Aquafina and Ed O'Neill? Come on. Just try out the old guys again, but no Michael Bay this time.
One last time.
So tired.
Fart joke. Starring Nartale, Miami ED, Baba Yaga, Anger Middle Management, Drug Ring It On, Phony Montana. 2 sets of actors playing essentially the same characters. Crazy Snitch Haitians, Grand Wizard.
We got our rights.
I didn't know Joker was in this.
I'm a stand-up comedian, and I suck.
He's just like doing that in the second one.
Movie.
Michael Bay casting women.
That's why you got the job, because you look good in a bathing suit.
Michael Bay directing women.
Titty, titty, strutty, strutty.
Michael Bay directing
We should
action.
probably bleep that.
Everybody start shooting at somebody.
And people putting extra stank on Mike's name.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. Easy. Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. You wanted Mike Lowry? You got him.
Lethal Weapon.
Stupid.
Okay, someone throwing a gun at a landmine which explodes, allowing another guy to headshot the bad guy who lands on another landmine which explodes. Might just be Michael Bay's Mona Lisa.
Next to a Hummer.
Next to a yellow Hummer.
They should have sent a poet.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
That last explosion where he falls is really gross. It's just like
we edited it for
and they make like a chunky, fleshy sound effect. It's really awful.
I'm surprised it didn't end with Will Smith's character saying he had an erection. Exactly the kind of thing that turned him on.
Yeah, he comes up with the woos in part 2.
Yeah, he does not do that in part 1.
The woos are just part 2.
It's a couple ha-has sprinkled throughout one. But.
Not enough ha-has for my personal taste.
He was still building the brand. We were not yet at peak Smith. That happened next year, 96.
In one, they're playing more up like he's the super cool, suave, like the most badass guy. And in the second one is really where they're playing up like adrenaline junkie, violent, loves to shoot things.
One is so effing stupid because the whole conceit of the first one is it's like a body switch comedy, or like it's like a mistaken identity.
Places,
But we've known these guys for 5 minutes before they're pretending to be each other for the whole movie,
and they're pretending to be one another for a person who's never met them before, so it doesn't mean anything to her. It's really dumb. They should have just they didn't need that whole conceit.
It would be funny for a scene, like, oh, she only trusts Mike, pretend to be Mike, but then you clear it up. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 45 minutes.
Obviously,
she's
like
with your wife now.
Yeah,
what?
Like she trusts you by now. She's been with you the whole movie.
Stupid dumb. All right, let's see some bleed scenes.
And meet Mike and Marcus, 2 drug cops who look like they were kicked out of New Edition for selling ecstasy. 2 drug cops doing Bobby Brown cosplay.
Yep.
Because these boys gotta do bad to do good, and to do more good, they gotta get more bad.
22 cars and a boat. Total?
Because if good boys do bad good, bad doers good at doing bad have no chance against a couple of bad good doers batting good. Fart joke.
You fart?
Gear up for Michael Bay's pre-Transformers practice swings, featuring all your favorite Bayisms, like product placement.
This happens to be one of the fastest seduction cars on the planet. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, sweetie.
Headshots.
There you go.
Wall shots.
Sets. Squibbed out sets.
Yeah. He's shooting the walls. Why does he hate these walls? Stay away from the wall.
Shoot the glass.
Sorry, Johnny.
And the assumption that you're a moron with the attention span of a 9-year-old.
Hi. Why would you? That's just not smart, man.
There we go. That's the contempt for the viewer we crave. Hate me, daddy. Starring. You ain't never boned a fed like me. I'm going to Miami. Just blew up Miami.
No, she's a fed.
Will Street woos.
Yeah, but
Marcus.
Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union's in the DEA.
She's in the DEA.
Right.
But we're talking about Will
you
Smith.
never boned a fed like me.
He bones Gabrielle Union, who's a fed.
Yeah, but it's a starring for
starring
Will Smith.
Yeah,
If it was a starring for Gabrielle Union, sure.
But then she wasn't Aladdin or whatever.
She wasn't
She's never
Aladdin.
been Aladdin.
She's never played Aladdin.
Make Gabrielle Union Aladdin. Okay.
Big Marcus house. Derp cover. Butthole suffers. We stop at pancakes house.
McGonagall, you're off the case.
Policeman's Union. DEA girl. El Cheapo. And Paper. Have you ever seen
That's our
Paper?
Waterworld callback.
Bay of Pigs.
That's underrated.
Miami Connection.
Yeah.
Let's Be Cops.
I think all of these would have worked.
City Stories. Babe 2, Pigs in the City. Police Cops. Blue Lives Splatter. Bay Willie Style. Miami Twice.
Yeah, we got a lot of these.
Bad Boy Lieutenants. Port of Call Miami. Okay, what kind of club has an aquarium bar that looks into the men's room?
Yeah, that's gross.
Terrible. You don't want to see that.
Wait, so one is a handsome loose cannon, the other is a grumpy dad. They fight drug dealers, save kidnapped women, and get yelled at by their captain, but they're both black? You think we wouldn't notice y'all just made Lethal Weapon.
I love that poster.
Nice poster. Yeah, we liked Lethal Weapon too much. We had to use it for the title.
Yep.
Well, there you go. That's all the footage we got. Let's dive into some fan questions.
Yeah.
Linger Singhor writes, question for Spencer to ignore or mock. I think these movies have moments of fun amidst the horrific bayness. What do you all think would have made them better? I won't mock this. This is a good question, and I don't hate them. I know we all poke fun at them because they're easy films to poke fun at, but they are like frenetic and entertaining, and I think that like I feel the same way about Michael Bay movies that I do about like Tim and Eric, say, where it's like I love it for about 12 to 15 minutes at a time, and then it's like too much. I need a break. So I think that this is great. It's just an overwhelming, stupefying movie experience.
Yeah,
I don't know how to improve them. They'd be different movies.
A little more focus, perhaps. I feel like what distinguishes...
They don't need to be 2+ hours.
I think what distinguishes this movie, for example, Bad Boys 2, from The Rock, another Michael Bay movie, is The Rock is pretty focused on like a central conceit and a location, and there's lots of set pieces and there's a lot of stuff happening, but it's fairly contained. And I think when I say this is like the middle point between that Michael Bay and Transformers Michael Bay is Bad Boys 2, it's because that's I think what spun Transformers eventually out of control was they just threw 5,000 things at you, right? And none of it all connected together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think perhaps in the second one maybe a little more focus.
Yeah, it's not always like, sometimes less is more. Like a few really tight, well done action scenes means you don't need 30. And I feel like with Bad Boys 2, it's just too much. Like you could cut off the whole cube apart and just kind of wrap the story up before that, and it would probably be a better movie. Just like, you could still have a lot of big action, but it doesn't need to be 30 minutes of action.
And they also probably spend at least like 5 or 6 minutes per movie just stealing cars, like just taking
people's
cars,
commandeering
cars from people. You can probably cut all that out too.
Oh look, that car's running. Let's get in there. Like you don't need to show the jacking.
Yeah, I feel like I feel this way with the Transformers movies too. It's like it blunts the impact when I'm watching an hour of action, and like if you condense that down but make it really tight, like John Wick or something, it has more impact.
Totally. KG crossover. KG, nice crossover. Writes, why no mention of Reggie? A lot of people showing a lot of Reggie love because he was in one scene of the movie.
He's the kid that comes to
kid with
date
the cornrows.
Marcus's daughter.
Yeah, and they're like that they point the gun at him. It's weird.
And they pull guns on him, and I really don't like that.
I was very uncomfortable. I think I was horrified by that scene.
I was horrified.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the tropey, like, you can't date my daughter thing. Fine, it's a little weird, but okay. But it's so over the top to where they're legitimately making the kid like a fear for his life.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
I didn't find it as fun as I guess a lot of people did. It seemed a bit like, oh my God, this man is a psychopath.
Yeah.
And like
crazy.
Will Smith is pretending to be crazy, but as we've seen in every other scene of this movie, he's legitimately crazy. Homicide.
He had no trigger discipline. Like his finger was on the trigger, so if he did accidentally shoot that kid, I don't think he would have felt bad about it.
No. He would have plunged his fist into his corpse.
And then play him like a ventriloquist dummy.
Like,
can I date your daughter?
Oh man, I'm sorry I did that. And like Marcus would be like, I can't believe you did that. Like, I didn't mean to.
And then that's the moment when he gets addicted to killing people he knows. And that's where the problem was.
It would have been like a Shane Black funny beat there, I think.
All right, Man. I'm not a fan of the whole every studio needs a cinematic universe, but it seems like Bad Boys would lend itself to a Bad Boys extent. I'm just going to stop you there. No, it doesn't.
There's that LA's Finest, which no one can see because it's on. I didn't even know what it's like. I remember that it was happening because I was like, when I was looking stuff up, it already started. They're already done with season 1.
It's season 2, right?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what that is.
It's a spin-off TV show about Gabrielle Union's character.
No way.
Yeah, it's Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, she's like a drug vice cop in LA.
And what's her name?
Yeah, she has
Jennifer,
a partner.
Someone famous.
But is it at all like the same tone of Bad Boys 2?
Yeah, it's like a cop.
Really?
But it's
Bad
as
Boys
much as
2,
you
the
can
show?
do on.
That's hilarious.
But like TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What other rules for Spectrum?
But like, what's the equivalent of like the penis doesn't work jokes and like does she like accidentally take Molly and like play with a corpse?
I think it might be like I believe her partner, who again I'm blanking on, but who is incredibly famous.
I think it's more like just like a cop show.
I think like maybe she had like a kid or something like that. And maybe it'll be like. Okay. My vagina doesn't work.
Well, there you go.
Maybe her vagina doesn't work. You don't know.
And Mark Robertson finally at minute
Alba. Jessica Alba.
Minute 3, 44 seconds. Why is there a raptor?
No.
Break it down for him, Dan.
You must be new here.
We have, how to explain this? Okay.
It's Alan.
Way back in the day, for a long time, we were very obsessed with the talking Velociraptor in Jurassic Park 3 that says, Alan. And so
it's a dream sequence.
It's a dream sequence, but we just love it so much. And so when we did the Jurassic Park 3 trailer, we heavily featured Alan to the point where the transitions were Alan instead of Bam. And so then I think, just for fun, we started hiding them, or Kevin, our editor, started hiding them in different trailers. Yeah. So then Alan was hidden in the background of some trailers. But then when we did the trailers for Avengers Infinity War, Alan was dusted in the snap. So then Alan disappeared for a while. And then Alan came back through the portals in Endgame, and now Alan is
find him
once
hiding.
again hiding in almost every trailer, although I think there's one or two that we didn't put him in, and people drove themselves crazy looking for them.
Yeah, you're not crazy. We forgot once or twice.
Most honest trailers, Kevin and Kevin, there's no guidance. Kevin is brilliant at finding the places for them. Kevin will hide an Alan Raptor, which is now transformed to just a Velociraptor.
Yeah,
it used to be the actual raptor saying Alan. Yeah, but now it's just a Velociraptor. We've been doing these for 7 years. You do things to
keep yourself entertained.
To keep yourself entertained.
There you go.
And that's one of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just like to throw in a little something.
It gives you a reason to go back through all your faves and try to find the talking dinosaur.
Yeah. So that's why.
Yeah. All right, great. Thanks, y'all. That's all for this week. Come back for next week.
I'm curious to hear what.
Sorry. That's too obvious. Whatever. It's Joker. You'll be back then because you like that movie and you want to hear us make fun of it. And I hope y'all will join me. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. So long.